Hey everyone, welcome back. This presentation is going to be probably one of the most obvious rituals that you're going to see. And if anybody who wants to doubt gematria and how they use this, I don't think you can doubt it here. I really don't, because I'm going to show you just how perfect the Kamala Harris and Joe Biden thing is setting up, and just how perfect it is that the Philadelphia Phillies and the Philadelphia Eagles are currently at the top of their respective leagues, with the Philadelphia Phillies being in the World Series and having won their first game in the World Series last night by a score of 6-5. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania equals 65. But anyways, I want to really point out these rituals, and I'm going to show you how this is all involved in the year 2022, how the golden ratio that I talked about in my last video is involved. Because remember, Philadelphia starts with PHI, which is phi, which is the golden ratio, which has to do with childbirth. And this is where the 57 comes in. In my community section, I showed you guys that England just got their 57th prime minister, and he's Indian. And this is the key, guys. He's Indian. And I'm going to show you how Kamala Harris, who is also Indian, and how the tiger, we're in the year of the tiger, and the tiger is associated with India, okay? And I'm going to show you how this is most likely the year that Kamala Harris takes over, or at least something happens with her. And you're going to notice that I have these articles pulled up that Joe Biden and Kamala Harris come to Philly, just happened just 14 hours ago, to boost Democrats in PA, Pennsylvania, okay? I'm going to show you how the World Series, because remember, the Philadelphia Phillies are in the World Series. In my last video, I pointed out how Philadelphia Eagles have 161 total points this year. That is the golden ratio, 1618, right? Go back and watch my last video. Go back and watch my last videos, because I'm going to bring in all the numbers into this ritual. You know, I've been talking about power outages, but I think before we have that, we have to have Kamala Harris. And I'm going to show you why. Because Kamala Harris is Shiva. And if, for any of you guys who do not know, Shiva is the god of destruction and essentially the Indian god. So let me pull Shiva up before I do anything here. So anyways, guys, I wanted to start this video by telling you guys that Biden and Harris were in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania yesterday, the same day the Philadelphia Phillies won the first game of the World Series. I think the Phillies have a chance to sweep the series 4-0, which would make the series be over by the first day of November, which would be the 1-1-1. I think that's a real possibility. Am I going to tell you guys to make a big bet onto that? No, but I think that is a real possibility. Anyways, take note of Kamala's full name, Kamala Devi, okay? I'm setting this up for as I go on, guys. I'm setting the stage right now. I want you guys to understand what this name means, okay? First of all, the real name I want to focus on is her middle name. Her middle name is Devi, one letter short of devil, right? Because devil is Devil, and her middle name is Devi, okay? But in India, the name Devi means goddess, okay? And in fact, it means mother goddess, supreme power in the universe, or the womb. Think of this reality as a womb, and think of this Hindu mother goddess as the container that holds everything. That, in fact, means that this container, or this mother, holds every form that is possible. So how is it possible that a formless thing, like a womb, can hold a formed thing like everything that we know? Because right now we know that we live in a reality of forms. But this is the whole aspect of the Hindu religion, is that we live in an act that's being performed by one being. And this being takes the shape of many beings. And that every being that's taken shape is essentially always manifested from the one being, which is the Hindu but anyway, guys, I don't want to get too deep into that. I want to just focus on this main thing here, the Hindu mother goddess, Devi, which is Kamala Harris's middle name. Notice that she's the wife or embodiment of the female energy of Shiva, which is very close to Shiva. And that's what I'm going to show you next, guys. I'm going to show you how Shiva is tied to the year of the tiger and how Kamala Harris is tied to the tiger because she's Indian descent. Okay? But notice that Shiva having both beneficent and malevolent forms. Okay? So the loving and the non-loving. Again, containing all things. The womb is the container for all things, for the Christ, right? Mother Mary. Why did the Catholics... Why is there a Shiva outside of the place in Switzerland, the particle collider, the Hadron Collider? Why is there a Shiva there? There's a reason for that. Why did the Indian guy just become the 57th prime minister? Why did the Queen die on Mother Mary's birthday? Okay, this is all about the birth, the mother. Okay, the matrix. Matrix means mother. Mater means mother. I'm going to show you how all that comes together with the 57s. But I just want to point out that in Hindu, Kamala Harris's middle name, Devi, is a mother goddess. And I'm going to show you how that's tied to her and Biden. Okay, so anyways, let's take a look at Shiva. Okay, because I want to set the stage for all these things, and I want to show you how the numbers clearly show how this ritual is coming together. And this is not just being done by people. It can't be. This is being done by the mother itself. The mother. We are the mother, okay? And we're living in the mother. We are in the womb. But I want to show that Shiva, also spelled Siwa and Siva. Remember, I just told you that Siva was another name for Kamala, Devi, like devil, right? One of the main deities of Hinduism, who Shaivites worship as the supreme God, the supreme. Okay? And Shiva is, again, about destruction, but not only about destruction, but rebirth too. Okay? So, rebuild, the master builder. And again, I told you guys that in gematria, master builder equals 57. Okay? Shiva doesn't equal 57, but I'm going to show you how it's tied to this. All right. So if you notice, if you click on Shiva, you're going to get the god of destruction. Okay. The supreme being. All right. And I just want to really focus on this. Shiva and Devi. Remember, they have a relationship. They're both Indian. They both are tied to the Shiva character. Okay. And remember, outside of the Switzerland Hadron Collider, there's a Shiva statue. And we had that. What happened this year on 5/7, July 5th? We had the Hadron Collider turned on at full speed. What happened to the Queen? Queen Elizabeth II equals 57 in Chaldean. She dies on Mother Mary's birthday. What does Mary equal? It equals 57. What does Mother of Jesus equal? 57. What does mater, which is the word for mother in Latin? It equals 57. What does birth equal? It equals 57. What does childbirth equal? It equals 57. Okay? This is absolutely no doubt in my mind. And what year are we in? We're in the year of Super Bowl 57. Who was the prime minister that just got elected? He was the 57th. What does Society of Jesus equal? 57. Okay? Master Builder, 57. Golden Ratio, 57. This is all about the mother and the birth. Remember, we're having the World Cup in November. It's in Qatar. What does Qatar equal? It equals 57. Let me just go over to the gematria and show you guys. Okay, so these are the main numbers. 57, 222 because we're in the year 2022, 118 because of the connection to the 118th World Series, and Philadelphia, Pennsylvania is connected to the 118. The 152, which I'm going to show you, the 112, and the 129. These are the numbers I want you guys to focus on, okay? So first of all, I just told you about all these 57s, but let's run through them again. Mater, meaning mother, 57. The moon, which is all about feminine, the mother. The moon, we're going to have a lunar eclipse on the 8th, the 7th and 8th of November. Again, right before this, I expect something with Kamala Harris, the woman figure. Remember, we just had England go from a woman to a male. We're going to have the opposite happen in America. We're going to go from a male to a woman. Okay? But just notice, moon, which is feminine, 57. birth, 57. Childbirth, 57. Quaidar, where the Olympics is at in November, starting on Biden's birthday, by the way, 57. New beginning. What happens when something's born? It's a new beginning. 57. Mary, 57. Mother of Jesus, 57. You see what I mean? This is not a coincidence. This cannot be a coincidence. All of these things are tied to the mother. Okay? And now I'm going to show you how all these other numbers connect. So the first thing I want to talk about is what happens when you combine the words tiger and Shiva. Because remember, India is known for the tiger. And in fact, there is a story that Rambo brings up in one of his articles on Gematria Effect News' website. He talks about the story of Amala and Kamala, which are two feral girls raised in Bengal, just like the Bengal tiger, India. Okay? Amala, Kamala Harris, two feral girls, like the year 2022, raised in Bengal. Who was in the Super Bowl last year? The Bengals, the year of the tiger. But these two girls were supposedly raised, okay, in India by wolves, a wolf family, okay? What's interesting about that is a wolf and a Bengal tiger are both predators, but in Gematria, let me go over here and show you guys. I want you to keep an eye on the Chaldean cipher, okay? Tiger equals 15 in Chaldean. You see this? But not only does tiger equal 15, wolf equals 15. Sorry, guys. Sorry, wolf does not equal 15. But I wanted to point out that, I just wanted to point out the similarities between the wolf. Sorry, guys, about that mistake. But either way, I wanted to point out the similarities between a wolf. Why would they say that she was raised with these two feral girls, Kamala and Amala? Well, the wolf has to do with Lupercalia. And if you guys go to Gematria Effects News website and you find Rambo's article about the Kamala Harris Lupercalia ritual, you're going to see how that matters. But I don't want to get into that here, but I just want to point that out to you guys. Anyways, guys, this happened in 1918, apparently. These two girls were born. And apparently they died in November 14th, which, again, we're going to be in November. And I want you guys to take note of the numbers 1, 9, and 2, because these are the numbers of electricity. Remember, 129 is electricity, okay? And Bengals equals 129. Again, Bengals and electricity both equal 129. The prime minister who just got selected for Great Britain, his name is Rishi Sunak, if I can spell it. He equals 129. Again, like electricity, 129 and 69 like electricity. Notice he has the 29 here too. And I want you guys to notice how big the 29 is in this story of Kamala and Amala. Notice that they died. It says, I'm assuming this is both girls died. One died on 9/21, again, like the 129, and she died in 1921. The other died in 1929, which is all about the 1, 2, and 9, okay, both these years. So again, it's all going back to this 129 and electricity. And another thing I want to point out as I'm setting up this narrative is that back in 1989, Gerald Ford did a speech about how the first U.S. woman president would enter office. And you guys want to watch this. He specifically states in the video that it will be because a male president and a female vice president will be elected, and the male will die, letting the female take the place. Okay? And he said after that, it's going to be hard for men to be in positions of power in the United States. So why would he say that to this little girl who asked him this question? Again, Zach Hubbard's gone over this a bunch of times, but I wanted to point this out, okay? Because I'm going to show you how, again, this is tied to the 129 about electricity, because he gave this speech 2 days before Kamala Harris's 25th birthday. Okay, again, Kamala Harris was born on 10/20, 1964. He gave this speech on 10/18, which again is the Luke 10/18, lightning from heaven. Remember in the scripture, the Bible, in Luke 10/18, Jesus says, I saw Satan fall like lightning. Okay, the devil, Satan. And remember, I just told you Kamala Harris's middle name is Devi, which is one short of devil. Okay, but that aside, he does this speech 2 days before Kamala Harris's 25th birthday on the lightning day, the 10/18. Okay, and I'm going to show you how many days that was, and I'm going to show you how it goes back. Okay, so if we go from the day he gave his speech, which is the 10/18, Luke 10/18 lightning day, to 1989, he gave this speech, and you go, how old was Kamala on that day? Remember, she was 2 days short of her 25th birthday because she was born on 10/20. Okay, the speech was given on 10/18, but she was born in 1964. And I want you guys to notice how old she was on the day that he gave this speech. Remember, 2 days before her 25th birthday, and she was exactly 9129. I just told you how important these numbers are to the electricity theme that I've been telling you about. The electricity game that happened in Denver on 10/6, the final score was 12-9. If you guys don't understand this, go back and watch my videos. But again, the fact that Kamala Harris was 9129 days old on this day that he gave the speech, which was also 2 days, remember, 2 days later, and it would have been her birthday, okay? Her 25th birthday. And he's talking to a young girl about how the woman president will be. And it's the exact scenario that Kamala Harris is in now, okay? So go back and watch this thing. Notice how it's all tied together. Remember, I just told you that the whole story about Kamala and Mala was all about, notice the years. First of all, the first girl died on 9/21, which again is all about the numbers 1, 2, and 9. And she died in 1921, which again is all about the 1, 2, 9. And the other girl died in 1929, which again is about the 1, 2, 9. You see what I mean? And this goes back to the whole Bengals thing, which the Bengals were in the Super Bowl this year, and we're in the year of the Tiger. Bengals equals 129, electricity equals 129 and 57. Remember, I just told you all about the 57s with the mother theme. And remember, Shiva, this is tying back to Shiva and the mother goddess. Remember, Kamala's middle name is Devi, which means mother goddess. All right? But now I want to bring up an even more obvious point, and this is probably the most obvious point about what's going to happen in this whole narrative. There was a show earlier this year by Marvel called Miss Marvel, and the main theme of this show is a Pakistani, which used to be India, but it's now Pakistan, but it's the same culture, okay? It's a Pakistani actress playing a Pakistani character in this show, Miss Marvel, and she plays the character Kamala Khan. Notice that she plays the protagonist in Miss Marvel. Miss Marvel's her real name is Kamala Khan, like Kamala Harris. Again, how much more obvious can you be? This was obviously, as soon as you see Kamala Khan is her name, you should automatically connect this to Kamala Harris. And the fact that she's Indian, obviously, like Kamala Harris. But wait till I show you how this all connects, okay? And I really just want to make it absolutely clear, guys. Just absolutely clear how this connects. So remember Kamala Khan, and she plays, and remember Kamala Harris. But I'm going to show you how this actress's real name, which is Iman Vellani, okay? Iman Vellani plays Kamala Khan, which is Miss Marvel, okay? Iman Vellani, okay, let's just wait for it. Iman Vellani matches Kamala Harris in 2 ciphers, 112 and 49, okay? And let's talk about the 112, because first woman president equals 112, just like Kamala Harris, just like Iman Vellani, who plays Kamala Khan in the show that happened this year. Now, that show, the last episode aired, it doesn't say here, but take my word for it, the last episode aired on, let me get the dates up, guys. So we're talking about the date 1/2, because remember, I just told you that Kamala Harris equals 112, Iman Vellani, the actress who played Kamala Khan, equals 112, and first woman president equals 112. if you measure from the very last episode of this Miss Marvel series where she plays Kamala Khan, which was on 7/13, one day before Trump's wife died, by the way. Trump's ex-wife died on 7/14. Trump is tied to this because Kamala's dad's name is Donald J. Harris. Just like Donald J. Trump. You see this? Kamala's connected to Donald Trump and Joe Biden. And again, because I think all of us know that Trump might be after Kamala. So we might have Biden, Harris, and then Trump again. So, but what I want to point out here is that from the last episode of this show, Miss Marvel, where Kamala Khan is played by Iman Vellani, who equals 112, like Kamala Harris, okay? Kamala Harris, 112, Iman Vellani, 112, first woman president, 112. 112 days after the last episode of that show is 112. Do you see what I mean? It's all about the 112s. And this is where it gets into the hard evidence about 112, 11/12. Why this day? Well, first of all, you have the 55 like Satan, and I just connected it all to lightning and Satan, Luke 10:18, with the 55, because Satan equals 55 and 10. So this is the day of Satan, 55, 10. It also has the 35 like Satan, okay? And it has the 19 like chaos, like Shiva, the god of chaos, the woman Hindu god of chaos, right? But it doesn't end there, because if you notice, this is the 59th day of the year, and this all goes back to the year of the tiger, okay? So let me show you. I want you guys to notice the 59s, which I thought I had up, but let me add this number in, and I'm going to show you how this all ties together. All right, so the 59 is important here because President Kamala equals 59. Remember, Kamala Harris equals 112, and 112, 11/2 is the day leaving 59 days left in the year, and President Kamala equals 59. Also, remember, Iman Vellani and Kamala Harris, the girl who plays Miss Marvel, but I told you guys at the beginning, Shiva and tiger related to India, Shiva the Hindu god, equals 59, okay? Tiger, and we're in the year of the tiger, equals 59. 2 days after this will be the 277th day of the year of the tiger. 277 is the 59th prime. So somewhere in between 11/2 and 11/4, Kamala Harris might become president, okay? This is just my best guess. This is just me trying to put the pieces together. If it doesn't happen, please don't wreck me too hard. But what I'm saying is it's all tied to this early November time frame. Again, I just showed you the 112 after the Miss Marvel, and the Miss Marvel connected to Kamala Harris to 112. So 112 to 112, and you have the 59. President Kamala equals 59. Shiva equals 59. Tiger equals 59. Okay? And we're in the year of the tiger. We're in the year 222, and I'm going to show you how that ties together. Because President Kamala Harris equals 222, and President Harris. So either way you type it, President Kamala Harris 222 or President Harris 222, and we're in the year 222. We're also in the year of the tiger. I just showed you that, guys. I just showed you how it's all tied. First woman president, 112. Now the next option is 118, because remember, that's the day of the lunar eclipse, which all has to do with the 57 and the mother, right? The mother goddess. The first thing I want to talk about here is the 152, guys, because remember, my first lead on all this was in the Broncos-Colts game. And Russell Wilson the Broncos are a big part of this, because the Broncos are, I'm not going to show you the gematria here, but they have the 68, and the 68's tied to a lot of things right now. But I just want to remember, I want you guys to go back and watch my videos about the Broncos-Colts game. And I want you guys to focus mainly on Russell Wilson. Remember, because I've been using Russell Wilson. But remember, last week, Russell Wilson was replaced, because he was hurt, by Brett Rypien. Okay? But I want to bring the 152 into this. Because remember, guys, I just told you that yesterday, the first day of the World Series where Philadelphia won, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania equals 152. Joe Biden, who's from Pennsylvania, equals 152. Kamala Devi Harris's full name equals 152. Mother Goddess, I just told you that Devi means mother goddess equals 152. Female president equals 152. And the guy who replaces Russell Wilson, Brett Ripien, equals 152. And this is the opposite of what's going to happen. In this football game, Brett is a white guy, and he's replacing the black quarterback. In reality, it's going to be the black replacing the white, Kamala replacing Biden. Okay? It's the reverse. There's also other narratives happening right now with this same thing. In wrestling, there is a white, they're foreshadowing a white member replacing a black member. I'm not going to get into all that, but there's so much symbolism right now of this black versus white. As a matter of fact, the story yesterday in the World Series was that there was no American U.S.-born black players in the World Series. Again, we're talking about the black-white thing. Clark's sad to see no U.S.-born black players in the World Series. Okay? And again, going back to that, it's all about the 118 because no U.S.-born black equals 118. And if you add the words Tiger, Shiva together, you're going to get the 118 and 52. And the 118 ties to Pennsylvania, where all this is going down. Philadelphia, PA equals 118. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania equals 118. First female president equals 118. And when you combine the two words Tiger and Shiva, it equals 118 and 152, just like Kamala Devi Harris equals 152. And we're in the year of the Tiger. Devi means mother goddess, which is essentially Shiva. Remember, I just combined the words Tiger and Shiva because we're in the year of the Tiger, and Shiva and Tiger are a match with the 59. Remember, I told you 11/2 is the 59th day of the 59 days left in the year. President Kamala equals 59. You see what I mean, guys? Somewhere in this period, in this early November time period, you're going to see something with Kamala Harris, I think. I don't know if she's going to replace it now. I don't know. But what I'm saying is, guys, the evidence is all over. And I'm sorry for making this video long, but I just wanted to really, really show how all this is tied together. This is exactly why Philadelphia is in the World Series, exactly why the Philadelphia Eagles are undefeated, and exactly why President Biden and Kamala Harris were in Philadelphia yesterday. It all's connected with the 152, the 222, the 118, the 57, the 59, and the 129. These are the numbers I just went over. I just tied it to this other show about this character who plays Kamala and how she's tied to it because she's Indian. And again, it all goes back to Shiva and the year of the Tiger with the 59s. And 112, or November 2nd, is the 59 days left in the year. Okay, and it's also the 55, which ties to Satan. Okay, and remember, I told you that Kamala, or if you just type in the word goddess and Kamala, you're going to see matches also. You know, so Kamala, well, first of all, goddess equals 73 and 35. Okay, so this is the point I'm trying to make, is goddess equals 35 like Satan. And I just tied you all this to Satan in the last couple videos. But I just wanted to show that this is all tied to the same narrative. They're using all these different characters, Satan, Jupiter, Shiva, they're all kind of the same character at this point. So anyways, guys, I think I've made my points. I'm sorry for some of this video was a little bit not so organized, but I just want to show completely how this is all tied. So anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Please just take care out there, and I will see you in the next one.